things that families used to access, like rhyme times and groups like that, stopped.
Yeah.
And so actually, and what we've heard from schools and other settings is it's very difficult to actually now encourage some families to come back. It's sort of like a barrier of getting back in because they've got used to so being in their own space. And what we're trying to do now is sort of working with settings and schools and libraries to sort of find ways to encourage those families back in, to get over almost that fear of sort of accessing those spaces that they didn't for a good couple of years. So it's about encouraging those groups to restart again, but also it's about the access to text, because books are quite expensive at times and it's difficult for some families to access. So we do a lot of work with schools on funding and settings on getting funding for those sorts of so they can access those types of materials.
Like, I'm a total ambassador for community impact, and we absolutely love at Green Bean Studios getting together with our fans and our families and spending time reading and playing. So what do you think's happened? Do you think we're not sharing the importance of like rhyme time, reading for pleasure, going to the library on a media level, national level, or could it be that parents have forgotten the importance and the power of connecting with communities when you're raising families and having children?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there are obviously media sources where they do talk about books, and there's things on national TV where there are books read all the time. But we don't always think about them being there, and sometimes we just assume that they're there, and sometimes because they're on the TV it's sort of very easy to access it and forget that that's also a physical book that you can go and get. But I do think as well, because there are these sessions there, but I think it's as well, we sort of tie into what we know rather than going out and putting ourselves somewhere new. And actually for some families it's quite a scary thing to step through the door of a library, or in some of those settings we think maybe that's not for me, and actually we sort of mentally stop ourselves from thinking that's a place that I can access. And I think it's about taking reading and play to other places where people feel comfortable as well, rather than it being actually coming through this brick building that seems quite scary and where people are going to shush you. When actually it's probably not the case, because the librarians are very welcoming and they want the children there.